everyone, welcome to your weekly reading. If you enjoy love readings, make sure to watch my monthly love readings for each sign of the zodiac, and I will leave a link to the playlist down below. Also join me on Facebook. I pull 3 tarot cards every day along with a card from the Romance Angels and 1 card from the Archangel Raphael deck for a health message. And if you would like a personal reading, I will leave a link down below. Now enjoy the reading. Okay, so let's get into the weekly reading. I've already shuffled. And now I'm just going to pull 9 cards for you. The first card is the High Priestess, King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups, Page of Swords, the Emperor, and then the final card is going to be Ten of Rods. And the card at the bottom of the deck, which represents the main energy, is a Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana. It's a major event and energy around us right now. And this is a card of change. This is a card of positive change. It's your time to be happy. It's your time to be on top and finally see things move in your life. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with movement, positive movement. And I do see a lot of positive cards in this reading. Okay, so the first card that we have is a major arcana as well, and it's the High Priestess. The High Priestess is highly spiritual. This has to do with your intuition. I usually find as well that when she comes up, she is, well, I won't say she, you're being helped in some way spiritually. Yes, it can mean that your psychic senses are being heightened, or intuition is heightened, but it also represents that there's a lot of guidance around you. And I feel like, considering the cards that we have in the spread, that you're really kind of receiving intuitive insights when it comes to, yes, your love life. I mean, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and I can't help but notice that we have the Page of Swords right here. It's almost like honesty is important when it comes to your love life, whatever that means to you. I feel like you're being shown in some way, because we have the High Priestess, you're being shown in some way where you truly belong. Maybe as far as, like, you know, where this is taking you, where you're going to find this new beginning, this positive change. Who is this person that maybe you've been dreaming about? That's something that I get from this card. The High Priestess is just highly spiritual, and yes, it can represent your intuition being heightened, but it's also spiritual help. Now, what's interesting is that we have not only the King of Cups here, but we also have the Queen. And whenever I see that in a reading, whether it's the King and Queen of Cups or the King and Queen of Wands, of Swords, it feels like 2 people that belong together. Like, this is your partner. And I feel like this is not just like they're trying to bring together people, you know, a couple that are meant to have a casual relationship, because we have 2 marriage cards right here. 2 cards about marriage and children. So I feel like it doesn't have to mean that you are a water sign. If you are, this really does apply to you, but I just feel like this is your partner, you and your partner, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. These 2 people belong together. And I feel like your intuition is helping you. They're showing you where you belong. So kind of pay attention to repetitive thoughts, feelings, dreams, signs, whatever that is. Spirit is just trying to help you to get to where you need to get in order for you to finally have, you know, your happiness, for you to be on top. But like I said, there's this energy of the Ten of Pentacles. This represents family. This represents happiness, the home, children, stability, even financial stability. So I feel, you know, this energy is around the King of Cups. Although this could be male or female, whether you're a male watching this video, it could be that the partner that you are meeting in some way kind of helps you to become more financially stable. Or if you're a female, it could be that the man of your dreams is financially stable. He helps you realize your dreams in some way. And we do have the Nine of Cups, which represents your hopes being realized. So, you know, I already talked about the Queen of Cups, and I just feel like this is you and your partner, two people that belong together, kind of being drawn together this week. It could be that you do meet this person this week, or that you have some type of intuitive insight, like, I finally understand the messages that I've been receiving. I finally understand why I've been feeling this way, or why I've felt drawn to this person. You have this message from the Ten of Cups telling you this is where you belong. The Ten of Cups, again, it represents family, children, but also the state of bliss. And if you look at the card, the person looks like they're just like in this place of the ultimate, ultimate happiness. Like they have everything that they want. And this is the ultimate card of happiness next to another card of bliss, the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. This is your wish come true. For some of you, you may be you may have been wishing to meet, your soulmate or your twin flame, and that energy is really strong around you right now. But I feel like the key is paying attention to what you're being shown, whatever that means to you. Because I feel like for some of you, like you've been shown in some way, like the direction that you should be looking. Whether you're going to meet your partner online, or you're going to move, you're going to relocate, and that's why you move. That's why you move, is because you're meant to meet somebody there. I feel like in some way, like what you have to do. They're just kind of waiting on you to take action. And then there's the Page of Swords. So to me, this represents communication, honest communication. So I feel like for some of you, you have to be honest with yourself about something. Maybe kind of facing something that you don't want to face, something that you're afraid of. We kind of see the person here in kind of like a mock battle. So I feel like, this could also be honest communication with someone around you. Like I said, looking at the reading like this, it's like this communication, like being honest, is crucial to you having this, happiness, this marriage, this family. Honesty is kind of like literally like standing in the way. Not only that, but we have the Emperor. I'm getting that this is taking your power back. So for some of you, I don't know, I'm getting the message that, I know this is turned into a love reading, but I'm getting that for some of you, what you have to be honest about is that in some way you have disempowered yourself. Like you've handed all your power over to someone. I don't know, maybe some of you are kind of, mismatched when it comes to a relationship. You're mismatched. And they want you kind of being honest about that, seeing that. We also have the 10 of Rods. So this represents, you only have to look at the card to see what this is about. This has to do with fear. Yeah, and I kind of feel like for some of you, there's some type of fear associated with standing up for yourself. So for some of you, you might be in a relationship already that is not good or healthy for you. And like you being honest with yourself and with the person you're with is standing in the way of your happiness. Because it could even be that, I don't know, I hate to say this, but it could be that some of you, are married. I see 2 marriages here. But then, communication is here. It's like you have to be honest. I know most people usually don't go there talking about marriages, but marriages are just soul contracts. I don't know. It just kind of feels like you need to take your power back by being honest with yourself and possibly with someone else. And I feel like here someone is just tired. They're just tired, and this is a card of just being fed up and just kind of, so exhausted with the situation. And it seems out of place in this reading. It really, everything down here, it seems out of place with this energy that I see over here. It's like you're being shown over here what you can have, what's waiting for you. But this is what you have to do. Remember, what is waiting for you is change, positive change. But I feel like this involves you being honest with yourself and with someone else, taking your power back, and not, feeding this energy, this energy is being taken away from you. It's leaving you kind of feeling disempowered and just kind of drained, and you almost kind of feel like stuck with this energy. You feel like you don't really kind of have the strength to go on anymore. Some of you maybe even kind of really fed up in a relationship, and they're asking you to take your power back, because what I see here is something really special waiting for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the love reading. Okay, so let's get into the love reading. I've already shuffled, and now I'm going to pull 9 cards. So the first card is the Hierophant, which is interesting because the first card in the general reading was the High Priestess, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's almost scary. Okay, let's keep going. Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Fool. I feel like this card needs to be picked back here. Four of Cups. And the final card is the Ten of Pentacles, which we also had in the weekly reading, the main energy around love this week. Page of Cups. So this could be a love letter that you receive, a declaration of love, an email, a phone call. It could also just be someone new coming into your life, or a relationship being rekindled. Okay, so as I said, I thought it was interesting that we started off the weekly reading with the High Priestess, because the High Priestess represents spiritual energy, your intuition, you kind of being helped by spirit. And that reading was really kind of, focusing on love and relationships. And now I pull these cards, and the Hierophant comes up. So the Hierophant is very similar to the High Priestess. This is highly spiritual energy. This can be your angels, your spirit guides. This is just kind of spiritual direction. Again, very interesting that we have a king with his queen lined up right here. Remember that we had that synchronicity in the weekly reading. And it kind of felt like, to me, two people belong together, and spirit is helping them, and apparently they agree with me. So I feel like there's somebody that you feel really drawn to right now. Maybe you can't stop thinking about them. Maybe you keep seeing their name everywhere, and you keep, seeing their name, hearing their name. I don't know. I feel like in some way you're really drawn to somebody right now, and this is, the person that you belong with. Again, a king and a queen. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. These two people belong together, and spirit is helping to kind of make this happen. The main energy again is communication. So it could be that if this is someone from your past, if you belong together, people that belong together eventually find their way back together. They find their way back to each other. This could be, communication as far as an ex, or it can just be somebody new coming into your life, and this is exactly where you belong. Another synchronicity that we have in this reading is right here. 2 knights. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. And when I see 2 repeating cards like that, I pay attention to what's in the middle. And what's in the middle is the 3 of Pentacles. This represents a lot of time and effort being put into something. You've kind of done everything that you can possibly do to make something happen. This is a love reading, so I feel like you've put in a lot of time and effort towards a relationship, or maybe your love life if you're single and trying to meet someone. Now I'm looking at what it's lined up with here, the 4 of Cups, and this again resonates with what I had said in the weekly reading. For some of you, you may be investing, especially if you feel really unhappy in a relationship right now. I always have a lot of readings where people say, I'm married, but I'm starting to fall for someone else, or I'm in a relationship, but I'm starting to have feelings for someone else. That's usually trying to tell you something. I feel like somebody is unhappy, but they've, worked so hard, for this relationship. And you need to start making some decisions. The Knights represent change and movement, and there's 2 of them associated with everything that you've done. This Knight represents kind of restless energy. This represents I think we had this card last week. I think it may have been in the weekly reading. This card represents high energy, enthusiasm, just kind of being restless, wanting to conquer the world, wanting to, just kind of do things. It's a card of action. And this is, this week it is with the Knight of Swords, which represents to me a lot of things happening. This is impulsive actions, impulsive decisions. When I said that, I'm getting different messages. I feel like for some of you, you've worked so hard for, a relationship. This could be your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. And you've worked hard maybe to stay together. And I feel like this week, you're doing something extreme. You're taking action, maybe to make this relationship more solid. I don't know, for some of you, if there has been somebody kind of interfering in your relationship, it's like you're saying, get out of my way. Like, this is my partner. Remember, Spirit is helping two people that belong together stay together. And I see there's movement associated with relationships this week. And for some of you, it's like, something that you've tried so hard, you've done everything that you can do. And I feel like some of you are not letting go. That's just, one message that I'm getting. But I do feel like for some of you, it's lined up with the Four of Cups, which represents unhappiness. That for some of you, if you feel unhappy in a relationship, whether you're married or just dating, that's Spirit trying to tell you something. Maybe the person that you belong with is somewhere else. But you need to make that decision to change something, to move in a different direction. And then we have the Fool. This is a new direction. The Fool represents a new beginning. This is usually not an easy decision to bring change. The Fool represents taking a risk. So, yeah, and I feel like you're taking a risk because you have something. The Four of Cups is here. This represents being unhappy and bored. Not a good combination when you're doing a love reading. So some of you may be feeling unhappy or bored in a relationship. I see a marriage here. I see a marriage in the Ten of Pentacles, and we had this card in the weekly reading, the general reading. So I feel like for some of you, maybe not everyone, what they're asking you to do is, if you already know that you're unhappy, it's time to kind of break free and, create this change and movement. Don't hold on to something just because you work so hard for it. Someone is waiting for you here. Spirit is trying to help you to get together with this person. But I feel like someone is afraid. And, this could also be for those who are single. That, there's a new beginning for you. You have to take steps towards this person that Spirit is trying to bring you together with. But it just feels like here somebody's just like, blah, whatever. I'm just bored with the whole thing. I'm bored with love. I'm bored with looking. You can't be, because the next card that we have is the Ten of Pentacles. This is marriage, children, and stability. So I just feel like for some of you, I keep getting the message, two people that belong together. Big synchronicity that this happened in both readings. With, again, starting with a highly spiritual card. I feel like you already know where you belong. You already know what you have to do. I just feel like there's some fear associated with it, with the Four of Cups. You're just kind of unhappy with things, and maybe you've kind of settled into that energy already. Not only that, but you've worked really hard for something. You may be trying to hold on to that, but this week they're kind of pushing, change, movement. It's trying to move in a different direction. It's time for a new beginning, although that may involve taking some type of crazy risk. Okay, everyone, this has been your weekly reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next week.